All right, it looks like we are live. Um, Welcome everybody to the 2024 San Antonio Home and Garden Show for the fall season. Here to welcome you to our thrilling exhibitor webinar is myself, Lupe Marino, and Lucy Ferguson. I'm sure you guys all remember us and can't wait to see our smiling faces on that show floor. Lucy, say hi.
Hello.
So here on your screen is your team for this year's show. You have myself, Lucy, and of course, everyone knows Laura Martin, your senior sales consultant, and Diana Keener. Some of you will remember her from the spring show, and some of you will have the pleasure of meeting her for the first time at this show. Diana comes to us with great background in sales and in events. She's been a real pleasure to get to know and a real asset to the team. So everybody make sure you guys stop by and say hello to Diana. And as a side note, it is Miss Laura Martin's second to last show. This is her last fall show with us. She will be retiring next year after the spring show. So make sure you give Laura lots of love and, you know, make sure you come back in spring so you can be there for her Bon Voyage show. On another note, would like to thank our current sponsors and partners. This will increase, for some of you that don't know, we're doing this webinar a little earlier than usual. So this will still get added to. We kind of wanted to get the information out to you guys sooner this year and see if that was helpful to have it just readily available sooner. So thank you, sponsors and partners. And if you are interested in becoming a sponsor or a partner of the show, currently looking for some sponsorships for the following items: official product sponsor, official bag sponsor, stage sponsor. We have a couple aisles left that need to be sponsored. And then this year new, we're really hoping to do a free ticket Friday sponsor. This has been done in some other markets and it has really been super popular. It's really helped increase attendance. It helped increase exposure to the sponsor. It's worked out really well. So we'd like to try to do that in San Antonio and see how, how it goes. So if you're interested in any of that, please feel free to reach out to me and we can go over any of it. We can customize a sponsorship for you. And if you'd like to be a partner of the show, we've got tons of features that if you'd be interested in helping with, or if you have an idea for a feature that you think would be really cool to have in the show, please reach out to myself and to Lucy and we will see what we can get together. Always looking for fresh ideas. Today's agenda, we'll be talking about all things show. We're going to go over a show overview, things to expect before, during, and during move out. Pretty simple things, nothing too crazy. Sometimes things change from one show to another. We want to keep you guys updated. So that's what the purpose of all of this is for. And of course, to laugh at me when I mispronounce things. That is also important. This year, we have a couple highlights we want to share with you. We will have HGTV's Rico Leon. He will be our celebrity for the upcoming show. He will be there on, I believe, Friday and Saturday of the show. We're also going to be having a new feature, The Perfect Porch. That will be done by Jordi Lolo Events. She's going to display 4 different porches with 4 different themes to kind of perk up your senses and give you some good ideas for your front porch. We do have an entrance garden. The Rainbow Gardens will be there. They'll be selling plants and flowers and kind of your everyday gardening tools. So they'll be up there at the entrance all weekend. And then since these slideshows are kind of small, can't fit everything, but we are also going to be having a Children's Entrepreneur Network on Sunday. They're going to kind of do like a pop-up event within our event. They'll have about 50 booths. And the cool thing about this is it's all done by the kids. The kids make their product. So it could be scarves, bracelets, what have you, purses, crocheted, knitted, glued. They make all their products and then they set up their own booth space and sell their products. So they will be junior exhibitors for the day, and ages range from 4 to 17. It's all done by the kids. The parents aren't allowed to help and do things like that. So it's all just the kids learning how to be in our industry. So let's make sure we go and support them, We've got the future industry right there, right at our fingertips. So that'll be really cool. I believe this is still me. Loose,
Yeah,
still me,
it's
yes.
still you, Loops.
It's still me. Gosh, you guys are gonna get so tired of me. All right, show overview. For ticket prices and show hours. Our box office adult ticket is $10. Our senior ticket is $8. If you can get an adult ticket online, advanced price only, for $8. It doesn't count on the senior ticket, only the adult. So you can get a $2 ticket if you purchase online, and that's valid through the Thursday midnight before we open the show. So once Friday hits, it's no longer advanced and it turns to $10. Children 16 and under are free. Show hours are remaining the same, 12 to 8, 10 to 8, and 11 to 6. And I know a lot of you will be like, oh man, why do I have to stay open so late? All of that wonderful stuff. Well, the earlier we close, the sooner that show floor will die. So that is why. If we close at 6, the floor will die at 4. If we close at 7, the floor will die at 5. So, I'm not saying we should stay open till 10 by any means, but 8 o'clock seems to be kind of that sweet spot. We do still have people there from 6 to 8, 7 to 8. And, I've had stories where exhibitors have made their biggest sale in that last hour because some people don't want to deal with the crowd and they come on purpose a little bit later to be able to have that one-on-one with the exhibitor or the industry that they're looking to shop for. So don't knock it. 8 o'clock's not terrible. We will all be okay. Plus, you get to hang out with me and Lucy. So, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, how we market the show. This one is one of my favorites. Our total promotions budget for the fall show is $183,300. Our ad spend will include ads on TV, billboards, radio, print, digital, and of course, we're following the current consumer behaviors, and we also do OTT ads. For those of you that don't know, OTT ads are the ads that you see on your streaming services, as well as your YouTube ads, the ones you can't skip, the ones you have to, soldier through to continue watching whatever it is that you were watching. We do include those as well, and that's already on top of our really robust social media ad campaign. Not sure why this is showing a little funky, but
Yeah, the
you get the
format
gist.
took a bite of its own.
It did, yeah. I don't know what happened there. On my preview, it looks great, but my presentation version, yeah, just know that wasn't done intentionally. So, accessing the exhibitor kit, what to do before the show. We have an exhibitor kit is what we refer to it. It's basically a website within our website that is specifically for you as our exhibitor. You can find this by going to the show's official website, scrolling all the way to the bottom, and you'll see here by the green highlighted arrows says exhibitor kit and exhibitor kit. Click on any one and it'll take you straight to your guys' personal exhibitor kit area. In this kit, you're going to find all the information that you need, how to order your utilities, how to access the Alamo Dome, a move-in map, where you can find the show desk, which dock to move in, which dock to move out, show hours, all of that wonderful stuff, where to pick up your badges. So the exhibitor kit will have everything that we are going over in this webinar and so much more. So please make sure you visit that kit often. You can always check there before you start calling us. Remember, there's 300-400 of you and me and Lucy. So it might take us a little bit, but generally speaking, you can find everything you need just by going to that exhibitor kit. And then if you can't, I'll give you all of Lucy's personal information. You can call her, email her, smoke signal her, send carrier pigeons, whatever it is you need to do, and Lucy will take care of you. Right, Lucy?
Yeah, I prefer the carrier pigeon route, by the way.
Oh, look at that. Speaking of Luce, it's all you.
All right, finally. All right, my time to shine. So we do send out exhibitor complimentary tickets. So every exhibitor booked in the show, you guys get 20 free tickets. These get sent out about 30 days before the show. They're scheduled to get sent out August 20th. If your booth space is booked by then, if you book after the 20th of August, then I typically send them out every Friday for all our new booked exhibitors. The email, it's going to say my name that it's from, but the email address is going to be this no reply at mail3.microspect. Yes, a very lovely email. It does get sent to spam sometimes. So if you're not seeing it, check your spam folder because there's a good chance it's in there. But this is what the email looks like. And all you have to do is where it says click here to get started, you just click here and it's going to take you to this next screen. And this is your own portals to track your tickets. So you can see in the top right, it shows your allotted, it shows what you sent out. Fulfilled means they were downloaded from our website. So someone opened your email and downloaded their tickets, and then redeemed means they were scanned at the show. So they actually came to the show. And we really encourage you to send out all your tickets. If you have friends, families, customers, whoever's interested in attending the show, please send them a ticket. And if you run out, just shoot me an email. I'll happily give you some more. And then to invite somebody, you just hit invite a contact. It takes you to this lovely screen. Just enter the amount you're sending, of at least a first name or even like a, Mr. Johnson or something, their email, and then you can add in an optional note with your booth number or something. That'd be a really good idea. And then you just hit continue, and those people have their comp tickets. And if you are going to be selling or offering samples of any type of consumable item, you do need to get permission from us, the show management, and fill out a form for us to get you a food permit. The form can be found on the exhibitor kit, and I do need them no later than September 18th. If it's past that, it's going to be too late for me to submit it to the City of San Antonio to get you a permit. So I need all of them by September 18th. And if you have any questions on if what you're passing out would qualify, just give me an email or a call. Typically, if it's something you'd pass out for like Halloween, like little bite-sized candies, you definitely don't need a permit for that. But anything homemade, anything you're selling that's consumable, we definitely need to get you a permit. All right. And so another thing to do before the show is order your services. Your booth space comes with just that. It is your booth space. You get your square footage and some pipe and drape. It does not come with any electrical, and it does not come with any booth furniture. So if you need water, gas, or internet specifically, you can get that from the Alamo Dome. You'll order that with, her name is Andrea, her email's on the exhibitor kit. If you need to order electricity, so if you're going to be powering anything in your booth, if you have a light, if you're going to have a display screen, just your laptop, you do need to order electricity. There is an advanced price discount that ends September 6th with Edlin. You'll save yourself quite a bit of money. It's going to go up by like $30 or $40 after September 6th. So I really recommend ordering ahead of time. And then Jen, oh yes.
What if I just need to charge my cell phone?
Well, then you can't do it from your booth if you don't have power.
Okay, so I need to order power if I just need to just to plug in my cell phone real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Good to know.
Absolutely. Another service we have, if you need it, is gyms. They're the show decorator. You can order tables, chairs, skirting, carpet, or flooring for your booth. You can order signs. If you have something heavy, you order your forklift services from them. They also do an advanced price discount September 5th. And once again, I do strongly recommend to take advantage of that and save yourself some money. You can rent these things on site. However, there's no guarantee gyms will have what you're needing. They bring some extra carpet, some extra tables and chairs, but they do typically run out. So I strongly recommend you order ahead of time. And their website to order, along with Edlin, can be found on the exhibitor kit. All right. Another thing to do before you get to the show is enhance your exhibitor listing. So your exhibitor listing comes with your booth space. It is your listing on our website. And within 24 hours of signing your contract, which for some of you that might have been months ago, so it might be hard to find that email, but you get an email from our system with a link that takes you to where you can add additional information to your listing on our show's website. You can add your logo, you can link your socials, you can add a show deal, which I strongly recommend. And that link in the email can be used repeatedly until the Friday that the show opens. And if you can't find the email, we can definitely get it resent to you. Just shoot me an email and I'll get that resent. And the difference that an enhanced exhibitor makes is huge. So On the left, we have a beautiful example. This is not from San Antonio, so the American Family Insurance is not a local one. But on the left, you can see they post all their social, they have a logo, they even have a promotional video. They added a description, they added a show special. It looks fantastic. It looks really professional. And then on the right, this is just the automatic listing you get when you sign your contract. So it's going to have your name, your booth number, and your website, and that is it. So we really encourage people to add to it. It makes you look a lot more professional, and I think it'll make attendees a little bit more comfortable wanting to, do services with you. All right, and then new for this show is a QR code. So these QR codes are going to be decals we put on the carpet in front of everybody's booth space. Like your exhibitor kit, it comes with your space, so there's no cost for this. And attendees can scan your code and save your company's information. And we're able to pass those leads on to you after the show. So they'll have your information and we'll be able to give you their information once they opt in. And to make sure they're going to be seeing the correct information, another reason to enhance your exhibitor listing, because when you enhance your listing, so when you update the information in your listing, it mirrors that on the QR code. So if your listing's correct, your QR code's correct. And that is a working QR code. So if you want to see what people see when they scan it, feel free to scan that QR code. All right. And this is still me, right?
Still you.
Yes, still
You're so
me.
lucky.
Oh, I'm out of breath. All right. So before the show, do double check what comes with your booth, which once again is your square footage that you've rented and your pipe and drape to separate you from your neighbors. So everyone will have an 8-foot pipe and drape behind them. And then if you're an inline booth, you'll have 3 foot high pipe and drape on either side of you. Now, if you're a corner, then we won't have like one of those inline booths next to you on the corner. And if you're an island booth, then you don't need the pipe and drape since you don't have any neighbors. Just to reiterate, electric tables, chairs, flooring, water, etc., are not included with your exhibit space. You either need to provide your own booth furnishings or rent them from gyms or rent your electricity. I don't know how you provide your electricity. Please don't try to do that. And please be that we don't need it like a Frankenstein type of situation. All right.
We should add a little picture of like a little skeleton. Ah.
with the key on the kite, like Ben Franklin.
Exactly.
So your booth height, unless your space is 400 square feet or larger, your booth height cannot exceed 8 feet. And that includes any signage, that includes any part of your display. And an easy way to track that is the back pipe and drape. That is exactly 8 feet tall. If you're above the pipe and drape, you're too high. And your display needs to be adjusted. And we will be enforcing that.
Lucy's going to walk around with her enforcing tickets for you guys. So you will know if you get a ticket, Lucy's enforcing it.
I'm very stern. All right. Another thing to do before the show is check the move-in map. So if checking the exhibitor kit's the most important thing you can do before the show, checking your move-in map is definitely at least the second most important thing, because this is what day you are allowed to drive in and move into your booth. So everyone on the left in that orange section, you're the Tuesday move-in. Now for like Tuesday, you are more than welcome to move in on Thursday. You can move in later, but you are not allowed to drive in after your move-in day, after your scheduled day, because at that point there's too much set up and you will not be able to get to your booth and we will not let you try to. So please check what your move-in day is. You're not allowed to move in early and you're not allowed to drive in outside of your scheduled day. If you'd like, you can reach out to the show team if you have any questions, but please check this because we will be enforcing this as well. All right. And as far as where to park, during move-in, there is no charge for parking. I strongly recommend you use Lot A. That'll be the easiest access to the building. And you can access Lot A off of the I-35 access road. It's that star on the left. And that's going to have direct access to the docks, and they'll get you right into the building. Now, when you're moving in, at some point, go over to where the show office desk is. And I do recommend you buy a parking pass for Lot A, because if you want to park in Lot A during the show, you need to have a parking pass, and they do tend to sell out. They'll be there about 9 to 5 each day from the building to sell the passes. They do sell out by Thursday. So please get there to buy your parking pass. For anyone who's not interested in parking in Lot A, you can park in Lot C. It's $10 a day. There is no in and out privileges. So if you leave, you'll have to repay the $10 to get in. And it is card only. They do not accept cash. All right. And then this is the layout. So on the right, that's where the loading docks is. That is the south side of the building. And then on the east side at the top, that's where the show office desk is. And then next to it, there'll be a desk for, or at least a table for where they'll be selling parking passes. And one thing to note is there is no, once the show opens on Friday, there is no outside food or drink, including coffee and water. What we recommend is you bring in an empty water bottle, and you're more than welcome to use the water bottle fill stations on either side of the hall.
That's a very big thing, the food and water. We cannot stress that enough. The Alamo Dome is very, 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 very strict about their food and beverage policy. So once Friday comes and the show's about to open, they will not let you come in with food or water, soda, coffee, nothing. You'll have to eat it, finish it outside, dispose of the garbage, and then they'll let you in. I know it sounds very dramatic. We know how it feels. They also don't love when we bring in things. So we are on the same side. It's nothing to make life difficult. We understand you're going to be there for 3 days and you want to have a pack of water. Unfortunately, the Alamo Dome, it's their house. We're simply renting it and it's not allowed. So please make sure you finish eating before you get to show site or in the parking lot, and then toss everything in the garbage before you come in. And don't get upset with the poor security people. They're simply doing their jobs. Just finish up before you get there, and let's try to have a good, peaceful show with nobody getting upset over food and beverage.
Absolutely. And the show office hours are over there on the left. But basically, we work all move in, all of the show, and then move out. So if you're there, we're there. But yeah, you can find us at the top at the red. All right. And then a very important thing to do during move-in is pick up your exhibitor badges. This is how you will access the show starting on Friday. You don't need them during move-in, but starting Friday, they will be checking for badges at the door. So if you just stop by the desk and grab your badges ahead of time, you'll be golden. Your badge allotment does depend on your booth size. So if you are under 400 square feet, you get 5 badges. Booths 400 square feet and up get 10. And please do not use your complimentary tickets for your team members working your booth. That skews our attendance numbers, and we do want to be accurate. And if you are not able to, like, if you pick up your badges during move-in, but you're not able to pass them out to your team, you'll have to meet them at the doors, because security will be enforcing that, and you won't be able to just talk your way out of it. They have been instructed to enforce that. All right. And if you did not order your exhibitor services ahead of time, you will still be able to order that on site. This will be at an increased rate. So once again, September 5th and 6th are the discount deadlines for Edlin and Gems. We really encourage you to take advantage of those. Once again, you can't order on site. Edlin will have their electrician there to hook up your power. And then Gems will have a limited inventory if you need to rent any flooring or tables and chairs for inventory. Particularly though, if you need the forklift, please schedule that. They do tend to get booked up with that. So it's really important to get that scheduled. Now they do have their own separate desk set up. It'll be on that south wall by the loading docks. You have to go there to order the services. You will not be able to order them from the show office desk. We don't have access for their systems. All right. And
Lucy, would you like me to take over? Do you need a break?
I am spent. Loops, it's all you.
Well, thanks for taking the brunt of that. That was a lot.
I haven't talked that for that long in a while.
All right, let me take over and give Lucy's voice a little bit of a break here. Setting up your display. If you've driven onto the show floor and are parked in an aisle on your specified move-in date, we ask that you quickly unload your vehicle and move it out to lot A, park it, and then you can come back in to set up your space. The reason for it is because we're trying to get multiple vehicles in down that same aisle. And when one vehicle blocks that 10-foot aisle, it really just creates a cluster, and it just opens up, it opens up that can of having to find another route to your booth, and oops, somebody hit somebody else's booth display, caused some damage. It's just not, it's not a pretty thing. So let's be courteous and mindful. We probably don't need our vehicle there once we unload it. So unload it, move it out, and then you can come back and set up your spot. When you are going to be taping things down on the floor, the Alamo Dome has asked that you do not use duct tape for taping anything to the concrete. It leaves a really bad residue that doesn't come off, and they will charge us for it, which of course means we will turn around and charge you for it. Nobody wants that. So no duct tape, nothing super crazy sticky. Use gaffer's tape, masking tape, painter's tape. That stuff comes off, leaves no residue, and then all is well in the world again. And then just to kind of reiterate Lucy's rules about 8-foot height, be aware of your booth's height. Again, that drape line is exactly 8 feet. So if you're above that, you're above the 8-foot requirement. If you're below it, then you can go up a little bit higher, or you can stay lower than it. You just can't go above it. And to not have any kites with keys and anyone getting electrocuted, if you do order power and you have a extension cord, we ask that you use the kind that have surge protectors. Only use one at a time, preferably one that has a ground. It's the proper size for what you're trying to power. And for the love, please do not daisy chain. What daisy chaining is plugging in one extension cord to another extension cord to another extension cord to make it longer, because we don't have one that's long enough. That is a huge power no-no, and the fire marshal will ding you for it, and he won't let us open the show if he finds that until we fix it. So if you need to get a longer extension cord, you can rent one from Gems or pick one up at your local Walmart, whatever, and bring that instead. All right, and then some do's to make your booth space look like an expert spot. Make sure that you are covering your floor, the entire space, not just, like a welcome mat that covers 2x4 area of your 10x10. Make sure the entire space is being covered. Any plastic tables or those kind of portable tables, we do ask that you have them skirted all the way to the ground on all 4 sides. We tend to put boxes under there, for extra display stuff, extra swag stuff, and you see it and it just looks a little unsightly. So we ask that it's just skirted all the way around. Again, Gems has skirting. If you need to rent some, you totally can. Now, if you have a beautiful wooden masterpiece table, you sell furniture, and no, we're not going to ask you to cover those tables. It's simply those more, kind of pop in, pop out type tables that we would like covered. Professional signage, don't handwrite your signs. Have it made professionally, it just looks better. And then be sure that you guys are staffing your booth the entire time the show is open. There's nothing worse than an attendee coming up to your booth wanting to ask questions and no one is there. Obviously, if you're working it alone and you need to take a bathroom break, that's different. But not being there all day is not okay. So please make sure that you're staffing your booth. To be even more successful, booth location matters. So book early. You up your chances into getting into a spot on the floor that you like, that maybe you scoped out and said, oh man, I really, next time I want to be in this area. So the earlier you book, the more open the floor is, and you have a better chance of being in the area you'd like to be in. Be approachable in your booth. Set your booth up where it invites people into your space and off the aisle. You'd be surprised how many times we walk by as the show team and we see exhibitors in their booth in the back, kind of just playing on their phone or looking like they'd rather have a root canal than to be at the show. And so, it's not very like, oh, let me go talk to this person about their services. They really look like they don't want to be bothered. So just be mindful of that. We have attendees that will come up to us and be like, wow, that was really disappointing. I really came to see X, Y, and Z company and I went there, but like they didn't really seem like they wanted to do business. So, they move on. So just, it's like when we go to the mall, we go to the store, like we want to engage people. We want people to engage with us and be customer service oriented. Same concept. Display and focus what you sell. I know a lot of you have multiple things that you do, which is awesome. You could be a one-stop shop, but display what you're contracted to sell, what you're contracted to focus on, and then the rest, you can upsell them on the rest later. Again, people want a consultant, not a salesperson. They're there to get ideas, right? Some think they're going to do a DIY, and then they start talking to somebody and they really hit it off, and people buy from people. And now before you know it, they're like, yeah, I don't want to do it myself. I want to hire you. So just, be mindful, pay attention to what your customers are asking for, and then definitely have a way to measure the success of the show. We often hear like, well, I don't know if the show is successful. I won't know until these leads come in. I won't know until, know how many leads you need, what your percentage to close those leads are. I need X amount of leads at this show in order to, make a profit, to turn a profit, for it to be considered a successful show. I need to net $1,000, but in order to net $1,000, I need 10 leads. However it is you break it up, have a way to measure it. And then of course, follow up. There's plenty of times, and it's happened to me, even as the show manager, if I go and I try to have something done for my home and I give my information and then I never get a call, I never get followed up with, and it's pretty disappointing. That's the first kind of real interaction with your company they're going to have, and you ghosted. And so just follow up. Even if it's going to take you a little longer than whatever time you thought and you quoted them on site, it's better to at least say, hey, you know what? We actually got a really good business. I know I said 3 months, but we're looking at 6. That's better than waiting an additional 3 months to follow up. So follow up. Here's just a really good example of what a good display looks like. This is nobody in our San Antonio market, so we will never ever put anybody on blast, good or bad, by making enemies because it looks good or looking bad and embarrassing anyone. So this is a really good example of a good booth. They stayed in the 8-foot height. They covered their entire flooring. Their signage is professionally made. It's inviting. There's room for people to come off the aisle into their booth. Great looking booth. You can see what they do. Their name is clear. It's a great booth. So just an example of, kind of following within all of those parameters that we set for you. Parking. I feel like we kind of went over this already. So we're just going to skip past this. Again,
Yeah.
exhibitors in and out parking lot A, otherwise parking lot C. B is for overflow. Move in and move out info. I thought we went over this as well, but we'll kind of cover it again. Vehicles will not be allowed in on Sunday until about 8 p.m. I know you're eager to get out of there. We are eager to get you out of there, but we need to get the aisle carpet raised. So the more you guys can do to help us keep off the aisle and let Gems roll up all that carpet aisle, the sooner we can allow you guys to drive in. So be inside your space, start breaking down, packing up, and let Gems roll up that carpet, and then we will start to allow drive-in. In that meantime, you are absolutely allowed to hand carry your cart out. Just try to quickly get off that aisle carpet. And then your entire booth space needs to be gone off the Alamo Dome, off the docks, away by noon on Monday, September 30th. They have another show after us, so we have to clear the building. If for some reason you can't, we understand stuff happens, please reach out to myself or Lucy and let's see what we can work out. And then of course, please don't break down. This is every show and it's an issue. So we're really going to start, kind of enforcing this, everyone. Please do not break down when the show is going. Even if it's slow, hang in there with us. We are there with you. And, those handful of attendees are there. So please don't break down until 6 o'clock on Sunday when the show is actually closed. If you have any questions, reach out to Lucy. I'm sure she has a ticket she would love to give you. And
Absolutely.
as far as lists, we at Marketplace Events, we are a permission-based email sender. We never send to anyone that is not allowed or opted in to receive emails from us. And we will 150% never, ever, ever share, sell, rent any of our email lists. Those are ours. We don't share them. That's not something we do. So if you ever get a phone call or an email saying, hey, I have the attendee list for the 2020 whatever San Antonio Home and Garden Show, it is scam. Do not give them your information. Do not pay them any money. They did not get the list from us. That's a made up list. It's a total scam. Don't do it. So again, any questions? You see Lucy's in my mug right here. You see Diana and Laura, all of our contact information. Most of you have it already. But if there's anything you guys need, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, we will be there from move in to move out. We're there with you guys. So anything happens, good or bad, we are experiencing it with you. And if you made it this far, I think you really deserve like a really good award or reward at least. Lucy, what do you think?
I agree.
What do we think? A king size candy bar?
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's do a king size candy bar, guys. If you made it this far, come see us and say, hey, I want my king size candy bar. And Lucy and I will hook you up. All right, guys. Again, any questions, let us know.